Ladies and gentlemen, it is time for the most electrifying segment in podcast history. The co host of The Breakdown with Nate Ness. His name is Connor Davis with the Davis Division.
I got permission from Bruce to talk about this. So I'm going to start it off.
I love how he had to start with that.
Yes.
Oh, you got permission from Dad. Oh, what a good little boy.
Let me find it. Okay. Now, I just want to ask you guys if you know what this is. I'm going to pull it up because I didn't know what it was until the media made it what it was. But
yes. Yes, I know what that is.
I want to play it again.
I think there's a song that goes along with that too, right? Isn't there?
Yeah, but I can't. I can't play the music. The media is deeming this the Trump dance. They're deeming this a little Trump dance. I didn't know that's what it was until the media said something about it. I just thought it was a celebration. Really? Yeah, I didn't really know that's what they were.
Well, especially with the little golf swing before it.
Yeah, I saw that. I really didn't see that rendition of it until right now. So I didn't know there was a golf swing before it until literally just right now. But honestly, I kind of want to why is this? So obviously people are saying they should not be able to do that after a touchdown, yada yada yada. This is too political, yada yada yada. Why is this an issue now? And it wasn't back in 2020 and 2021 when the kneeling movement was.
This is a very slippery. This is a very slippery slope.
It's a slippery slope, but
I'm gonna make sure
that how you will.
I'm gonna make sure I dig my heels in and make sure I don't fuck up.
You want to go first? How about this, Bruce? You go first. If I feel like you're falling down the hill, I'll grab the back of your shirt and I'll start. I'll dive.
That. Hey, I'm gonna tell you right now, I haven't had enough beers in me to fall completely, but we'll see what happens.
This is why this is first, Bruce. This is why this is first.
So I don't think necessarily that it is as big of a deal.
Oh, Bruce, I like the goatee. Looking good.
Oh, thanks, man. Yeah, it's the No Shave November, bro.
There we go.
So no, I don't think it's as big of a deal as what's been it's been construed as or been popped out as. Every team, every person, in my opinion, has their right to express their political belief, whether people are opposed to it or not. However, there comes the thought process with that of the NFL is a private organization, and frankly, they are employees at the end of the day. So if there is a mandate saying that, hey, you can't be having a political stance on something, you have to stop this. It has to be stopped because they're an employee or they'll get fined. So that said, do I think it's it should be banned? No. Do I think that the situation that was occurring? What year was it? 2018. 16.
I think it was 16.
Was it that long ago? Dang, I thought it was earlier than. Yeah, so, it was. Dang, no, 2016.
He was the last time, because I remember it based off of the last time he tore up Green Bay was 14.
So I'm gonna put it like
last time he tore up Green Bay, and it was a couple years after that.
I'm gonna put it like this, and this is gonna be kind of controversial, but
that's what we do here, Bruce.
One movement caused a viewer decline in NFL games. The other one hasn't. The other one has seen a boom. That's it.
Boom. Boom.
I'm going to slap you upside the head, Connor. Connor, you have to actually have muscles to be allowed to do that. Thank you very much.
Sorry.
Yeah, get some biceps and then we'll talk. Okay, number one, it's called free speech. Shut up. Like if we're supposed to allow, let me put it this way:
slippery slope.
If you're not supposed to be able to say, for instance, "shut up and dribble," then there should be no reason that we should be concerned about this particular dance. Dances I'm concerned about is guys making gun actions at another player.
Exactly.
That's concerning. Like with all of the gun violence in this country, bang, sigh. That's like that's one thing, right? And I totally get that, especially for, anybody who came from a city that's had issues like that, us around Chicago, Detroit players with everything going on there. Like, I get being concerned about that, right? Like, that's one thing. That's like violence type deal. Quite literally, they are inferring to a dance to the song YMCA. Like, at its core, that's what it is. If you're going to get mad at them
slippery slope,
then like,
slippery.
Oh, no, I will slide all the way. Like, I don't give a rip. And Bruce, you're perfectly right. At the end of the day, the NFL can do whatever they want. If they want it to, goodness, sigh. Gosh, your thick thighs just getting in all sorts of wrong places. Dang.
Speaking of YMCA,
Chris made a great point. If the NFL wanted to, they could say there's some sort of limit that gets around it and makes it so that dance is not allowed as a celebration. But you know what the NFL doesn't want to do is piss off like 60% of their fan base, probably more than that, given data, probably 70 plus, given the demographic of who watches the NFL every Sunday. Like, that would just be a horrible business idea. They could. I wouldn't recommend it. I wouldn't agree with it, but they could.
Sponsors.
Yeah. Again, Bruce, you want to talk about slippery slope.
I was about to
that
say,
is a very slippery slope for the
minds.
NFL. But at the end of the day, it's a great thing about this country, Bruce. And that's what should always be the great thing about this country, is that we get to do this show and talk about whatever we want. And because we own the platform, you know what? At the end of the day, if we want to say anything, we can say it. That's the great thing about this country, right? So if they want to dance, go for it. Like, at the end of the day, even if I wouldn't agree with it, there are a bunch of things you can do on the field and have done on the field and will do on the field as celebrations and stuff. That doesn't mean that they don't have the right to do it, and that doesn't mean I don't have the right to say that I don't like it. It's freaking America. Get over it. It's just like the static butt that really gets it for me. Like, there's no movement in those hips at all.
That's awesome.
Just not seeing them move.
I do dislike the machine gun celebration. I hate that. That is,
yeah. I mean, especially with like I said, with everything going on in this country, like, really,
I think it's stupid. I think it's like we're gonna take away. We're gonna complain about a dance about like a YMCA and a president that won the popularity vote too, and what he does. Because he's big orange man, he saw like, oh my god, and then like you have other players that are like showing them like loading a gun, cocking a gun, and shooting a gun, and we're gonna be like, it's like, come on, like where are our priorities? What are we doing? What are we doing?
And Bruce, you know what at the end of the day actually makes me happy?
Mean tweets.
Well, yes, 100%. And I by the way, over the course of the weekend, this is totally unrelated. Over the course of the weekend around the Bears game, I lost like 60 followers.
Oh, shocker!
Because I fired there are a lot of Chicago people that followed me and do follow me, and they were not happy with me. But you know what's the great thing about what we've just been talking about for the last 5+ minutes?
I lost 30 people as friends on Facebook because of my.
Oh yeah, I bet. I bet you had a lot of Coors Light that night.
Oh, great. Anyway, go ahead.
But what's amazing is that in the United States of America, this is what we are concerned about.
Relax there.
Like,
You're a patient
like just real talk for a second. With all of the crap going on in this world, and I mean world literally, in the United States of America, we get to be concerned about whether or not an NFL player should be allowed to do the Trump dance.
Right. Perspective. Good call.
Like,
great call.
There are plenty of places in this world where people wake up every day and have to go scavenge for their food. And we are sitting here on a podcast in our air-conditioned and heated homes talking about whether or not somebody should do the Trump dance. Like, at the end of the day, shut up and be happy you live in this country. Like, that's all.
Amen.
Unless your name is Ellen DeGeneres. Anyway, next topic.
Yikes.
Football, fellowship, and food. The 3 F's, baby.
Ooh, I like that.
All right. You ready? Next one. Y'all were talking about it earlier and in the group chat, and then I told you not to talk about it before I got on. So let me give you some.
I don't remember.
This is big. This is big news. If you're a sports fan, a college sports fan, this right here is big news. So listen up.
Oh, yeah.
Listen up. I'm full screen for this one because it's big. 5-star QB Bryce Underwood is the number 1 prospect in the 2025 class for high school football players.
Yep.
He's been committed to LSU since January 6th of this year. So let's say over 11 months, almost a year, he's been committed to LSU, right? As of today, he flipped his commitment from LSU to Michigan. You could say, oh, it's because that's his hometown, right? He's from Belleville, which is right outside Detroit. And, you could say that. So Jabril Peppers and Dax Hill are the only 2 5-star recruits Michigan has had since 2006. So the fact Michigan is getting a 5-star prospect for football is a little because it rarely happens. Now, Michigan also has.
Who was their last 5-star?
I just told you, Jabril Peppers and Dax Hill.
Oh yeah. Sorry, I was looking at my bets.
That's fine. Michigan, though, as of right now, holds a commitment for a 4-star quarterback in the 2026 class. So now you have a little bit of discrepancy here. You got a dude that just flipped, but you promised the dude in 2026 that was going to be your guy. So obviously you got a better recruit in a 5-star whatever. Why did this happen? I mean, there's pretty much an obvious answer for it. What's your opinion on it? And do you agree with Deion Sanders and what he says about flip commitments on you got kids that can't even commit to their girlfriends? How are they going to commit to a college? Bruce, you go first.
Oh, you want me? All right. I don't mind the fact that he flipped, to be honest with you, because oftentimes you're getting these young men that are committing to these colleges when they're 16, 17 years old, 18 years old. And we got to take into consideration this. These young men are making a major decision and oftentimes a major financial decision that is affecting not only them, but also their families. So he may have seen a situation where at LSU, he's like, all right, maybe I'll go to LSU. I actually think partially the reason why he ended up leaving, like just going away from LSU, is because he saw some of the shit going on down there with what's his face? What's their coach's name again? Why is this in my mind?
Brian Kelly.
Like,
don't say that around Jack, though. Don't say that around Jack.
him fighting some of his like players or talking shit and them losing, getting their asses like pounded last or 2 weeks ago or whatever. But I digress. Anyway, I just think that he's making the best decision that he thinks at this moment is going to be better for him financially in the future and playing time. Because at the end of the day, I'm going to tell you right now, if I'm a head coach of a program and I get a number one recruit, my ass is going to play the number one recruit. I don't give a fuck what I ended up telling that 4-star.
Yup.
I'm like, listen,
Yup.
I'll be like, listen, young man, like I appreciate like you know you committing to like Michigan, like this example of Michigan, but like it could be freaking University of St. Mary's Blind Eye. I don't give a fuck. Thank you for committing to this, but at the end of the day, I'm going to make sure I play the best player that's available. So, if you want, and this is you know what though, it works two ways. He has the opportunity to decommit and leave. Bye. Go ahead. I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
Because now it works both ways. So I'm not mad about it. I think it should be entertaining, and I can't wait to watch Michigan kick the shit out of Ohio State.
Oh, Kenny! If only Kenny was here.
I had to. All right, go ahead. What you got, MJ?
Here's why I don't care, right? First of all, this young man is still in high school, okay? Right. As Dion said and Connor brought up, guys can't even commit to their girlfriends, right? And then you've got just the general idea of like, even my frontal cortex or whatever isn't fully formed yet, right?
25.
So like we're expecting a high schooler to have the same opinion through years, when the way it works now, you know, you can get commitments so early. You can contact kids. There's NIL. Now we also have the transfer portal. So like Bruce said, even if he goes to Michigan for a year, he might be gone after that. So we're overreacting in a college football world where this is what has been literally preached, is you can go anywhere whenever you want, however you want, for however much money you want or are able to get. So yeah, Bruce made a great point. Maybe he just got offered more money. And for somebody who might be trying to take care of their family, it's like, well, if I take this money off the rip, then I can do this, this, and this for my family, and I don't have to worry about it. Maybe there's a better, I don't know Michigan. I really don't. So I might be perfectly wrong. They're very well, compared to the talent that normally flows through LSU, there very well might be a better chance he plays year one at Michigan. They don't normally have star quarterbacks up there with those people that we don't like talking about on the program. LSU is much more likely to have guys in front of him that are going to play. So if you want to play right away, Michigan's probably the best bet. And in the day and age we're in, where you can get guys from the Senior Bowl who are from small school programs and they get really good attention, like with social media, with the internet, with everything that we have available to us and everything NFL teams have available to them, you don't have to go to, I'm sorry, Connor, the pretty boy little SEC schools. You can go anywhere and you can still get attention. You can still show your worth. You can still put good film tape out there. And you don't have to go to an LSU or a Bama or a Georgia anymore to be good.
Yeah, but the only, and I actually do. No, I agree with you. I really do, and I think that's my frontal lobe's been developed for 15 years.
That's terrifying.
That's crazy.
That's terrifying.
That really is crazy. But I just
frontal lobe's been developed since I was 9.
I was 4.
Wait, your frontal lobe has been developed since 2009. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Accurate. And I've been trying to
get frontal lobe is as old as iPhones.
Man, you're developing as time goes.
That's fucking hilarious.
No wonder you got such a big head. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm done. I love you. I love you so much. I love you so much. I'm so sorry.
Oh no, I don't care. I got a huge head. I don't give a fuck. It's 7.5, bro.
I do want to note something else.
I got a 7 5/8.
I do want to note something else though, because I understand what MJ is saying, but why don't we change our verbiage? When I say commit, I mean I'm doing that 100%. This dude's been committed to a college for a year. Should we change the verbiage and commitments, because now it's getting a little...
The only thing you need to change is your shirt, you banana-looking boy.
Hey, this was under a hoodie all day.
That's the reason, Connor. That's the reason why it's called a verbal commitment.
I was gonna say, did he break some contract that I don't know about?
So it's a verbal commitment. It's not official until the official signing day.
Yeah.
So while
Right.
the commit, like it doesn't mean it could be it's just a verbal commitment. It means jack shit.
I don't know if he's been signed or not.
And frankly, it's like it really is more of the commitment is more from the school to the player than it is from the player to the school, in my opinion. I've always
Because
thought
they most definitely have had a signing day already for
of course.
that class.
Signing day. If I remember correctly, signing day usually occurs in February. The official signing day is in February. Verbal commitments can happen
Because
anytime.
I know State has signed a couple players already, like towards the beginning of the season.
Signed.
Well, that's what they say. They say signed.
Yeah, I mean,
so I don't know. It's just it's big news because you're the number one dude. You are the guy that the entire country is looking at, and when you
regardless of where he goes, honestly, and this is the only thing that I actually disagreed to an extent with MJ on. Regardless of where he goes, whether that be a Big Ten, SEC, ACC, fucking Mediterranean, fucking Australian League, flag football league, or whatever, he's gonna be starting because you're the number one ranked player in the nation. There's no way you're sitting behind fucking anyone, and if you do, like that coach needs to be fired on the spot right there.
Well, I can give you an example of a top 5 recruit sitting.
Is it a quarterback?
Yep.
Who? Well, top 5. No, hold on. You said top 5. I want number 1.
Well, he's number 1 quarterback recruit. He might have been the number 1 recruit. I don't remember.
Yeah, but I want number 1 overall recruit at the quarterback position. Because we all know that's the position. That's the number 1 position in football. And frankly, I think that's the number 1 position in sports.
You might be right.
Look at me making sense.
Number 1 position in sports.
He could be. I mean, we're going to talk about the QB position and not too long.
The only other position, in my opinion, excuse me, the only other position that might rival it to an extent would be the catcher position.
No.
Was Bryce Young the number 1 recruit?
Not the way Major League Baseball runs right now.
Fair. Okay, that's a fair point too. Because like in my mind,
maybe in like 2000, but they don't call their own
like
pitches
that old school, like without the speakers and having to fucking or without like the mic and all that shit.
The pitch comm, yeah.
Yeah,
like
he's right.
Yeah, like if you're talking even getting towards like Buster Posey era,
right?
Like Buster Posey was a incredible force as a catcher. But nowadays, like, Cy, who's even the best catcher in baseball?
Right now?
Is it the Baltimore kid?
It would be Adley Rutschman, yeah.
Yeah. And, like...
Yeah, he's the ball... Yeah, good call.
He's really much more known for his offense, yes? He's a good defender, but
He's a good defender, but he's a switching catcher.
Right.
Not a lot of people do that.
Right. So, like... Maybe old school baseball, but I don't think
so. Like, what's another position in sports right now that rivals like a quarterback position?
You could argue the point guard in basketball, but then there's ways where,
it's 5 to 11 players.
Exactly.
You can't. I mean, Bruce might be right.
It's really I would really just say it is the catcher position in baseball. Is the only thing I can really argue.
That's the only one that I can think of, like right now.
Jack said fullback.
Oh, Jack, you mean like Taysom Hill?
Oh, yeah, Taysom Hill.
You mean like Swiss Army knife of the South, Jack?
The best Mormon
to ever exist. Okay, like if we're going to, let's say
34-year-old dancing diamond.
Hey, that
46 fantasy points.
Didn't he just have a 70-yard like touchdown like run or some shit like that last weekend?
Taysom Hill broke several records that game.